Hi, hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Unknown History of Bharat. Today I am in Sri Kalahasti temple, and this temple was located near Tirupati. The presiding deity of Sri Kalahasti temple is Lord Shiva, worshipped as Sri Kalahastishwara. The god is Sri Gnana Prasunambika Devi. The temple is one of the famous Panchabhuta Stalams representing the element Vayu. The Shivalingam here symbolizes the power of air, and it is believed that even in a closed time, lamps flicker due to the presence of divine air energy. The temple is located in Sri Kalahasti, Andhra Pradesh near Tirupati. The temple early structure was built during the Pallava period in 5th to 6th century. It was later expanded by the Chola kings and further developed by the Vijayanagara empires, especially under Sri Krishna Devaraya, who constructed the magnificent Rajagopuram. The temple has inscriptions in Tamil and Telugu that describe donations and renovations by various rulers. The name Kalahasti comes from the three devotees of Lord Shiva. Sri means it means spider, Kala means serpent, Hasti means elephant. Sri, who spun a web to protect the lingam, Kala, who placed precious stones on the lingam, and Hasti, who bathed the lingam daily with water. All three worshipped Shiva in their own way and attained salvation. Is about Kannappa Nayanar, a great devotee who offered his own eyes to stop blood from flowing from the lingam. Lord Shiva restored his vision and granted him moksha. The temple is built in Dravidian style architecture. The temple has a tall Rajagopuram. The temple complex covers a large area with beautiful mandapams and intricately carved pillars. The Garbhagriha is carved from a hill slope. The temple is located near Swarnamukhi river, adding to its scenic beauty. The Shivalingam is believed to be Swayambhu. The lingam is untouched by human hands. Even priests do not physically touch it during rituals. The goddess Gnana Prasunambika idol is beautifully decorated and represents wisdom and divine knowledge. The lingam represents the Vayu element. The temple is famous for Rahu Ketu Puja performed to remove planetary doshas, especially Sarpa doshas and Rahu Ketu doshas. One of the Panchabhuta Stalams, and the temple remains open even during solar and lunar eclipse. Unlike many other temples, the spiritual vibration inside the Garbhagriha is considered very powerful. And special festivals like Mahashivratri celebrates grandly with night-long prayers, annual grand festival, and the next festival is Kartika Masam, special month dedicated to Lord Shiva, and daily rituals including Abhishekams, Archanas, and Rauketu Sarpadosha Nivarana Pujas. A major pilgrim center for devotees seeking relief from planetary doshas, symbolizes devotion beyond caste, status, or knowledge, as seen in Kannappa's story. Represents harmony between nature and divinity through the five element concept. Attracts devotees from all over India and abroad. Now I am going to Kannappa temple. Thousands of years ago, in the rugged hills of Uttukadu, there lived a man named Tinna. He was the son of a powerful tribal chief, a man built of muscle and grit, whose life was defined by the bow and the hunt. He knew the language of the wind and the tracks of the beast, but he knew nothing about the temples, scriptures, or the proper way to speak the god. One afternoon, while chasing a wild boar through the dense thickets of the Kalahasti forest, Tinna found himself climbing a steep hill. At the summit, hidden under the shade of a tree, sat an ancient stone lingam, the symbol of Lord Shiva. The moment the moment Tinna's eyes fell upon the stone, he didn't feel fear or religious distance. He felt a sudden piercing ache of love to him. The deity didn't look like an almighty god, it looked like a lonely, neglected friend. He saw the dust and the dry leaves covering the stone and wept. Who is crying for you? You are all alone in this wild forest. From the second, the fierce hunter was gone. In his place was a devotee whose love was an raw and the wilderness he lived. Every day, Tinna would return. He had no golden pots for water. So he filled his mouth with water from the Swarnamukhi river and spat it over the lingam to bath it. He had no baskets for flowers, so he tucked wild blossoms into his matted hair to carry them. Most famously, he would hunt the finest deer, roast the meat over a fire, and to ensure it was perfect for his lord, he would taste it, and each piece he tasted himself before offering the rest to the Lord Shiva. Down in the valley, a Lund priest named Shiva Gocharayar was horrified. Every morning he would arrive to perform holy rituals only to find the temple polluted with meat bones, saliva, and footprints. He begged Shiva to stop this creation, but Shiva wanted to show the world that a pure heart outweighs a perfect ritual. One evening, as Tinna approached the stream, he saw something that froze his blood. One of the eyes carved into the stone lingam was weeping tears of blood. Tinna fell to his knees. He tried to every forest medicine he knew. He applied healing leaves and herbs, but the blood continued to flow. Desperate and sobbing, a thought struck him. If a man loses an eye, only a human eye can replace it. Without any hesitation, Tinna took a sharp arrow from his square. With a steady hand, he gouged out his own right eye and pressed it into the lingam. Miraculously, the bleeding stopped. Tinna laughed through his pain, dancing in joy because his lord was healed. But the test was not over. Suddenly, the other eye of the lingam began to bleed. Tinna didn't flinch. He prepared to pluck out his remaining eye. But a practical problem arose. If he were blind in both eyes, how would he know exactly where the place to eye on the lingam? He came up with a solution that he became legendary. He lifted his leg and placed his big toe on the lingam's bleeding eye to mark the spot. Then he raised his arrow to his last remaining eye. The universe held its breath. Before, before the arrow could touch his skin, the stone lingam burst open. Lord Shiva appeared in a blaze of light, catching Tinna's hand just in time. Shiva embraced the bloody, battered hunter and restored his sight. He didn't call him Tinna, he called him Kannappa, the one who gave his eyes. Today, if you visit the Srikalahasti temple, there is a temple in the hill that is Kannappa temple. Visit it. The temple is very good, and the locations of Srikalahasti, you can see it. These are very good to see and very beautiful to see. Kannappa Nayanar remains one of the most inspiring devotees in the Indian spiritual history. His life shows the devotees does not depend on knowledge, caste, or rituals, but on the purity of heart. His sacrifice and faith made him immortal in the history of Lord Shiva's devotees. Srikalahasti temple is not just an historical monument but a powerful spiritual center. With its rich history, deep mythology, magnificent architecture, and a divine presence of Lord Shiva as Vayu, it stands as a symbol of faith and devotion. The temple teaches that true devotion comes from the heart, as is shown by the spider, serpent, elephant, and Kannappa. It remains one of the most sacred Shiva temples in India. Thanks for watching. Like the video, share the video, and comment Om Namah Shivaya.